People of all sizes, large and little, ladies and gentlemen, and folks somewhere in the middle, welcome back to Sushimi's House. I'm your loving host, Master Sushimi, joined today by my sweet sister, Ice Ice Bubbie.
Hello.
We're back with some more Control. Last time we played, a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah.
We went to the mail room. We picked up telekinesis as an ability.
We fought a guy.
We got deaded by that guy.
We got killed by that guy, and then we learned...
I don't know how to read this map really good.
No. And then we were supposed to go somewhere. It was in the communications... Was it Dead... No, we went to Dead Letters. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we're supposed to get to
We fought the guy in Dead Letters. No.
No, Dead Letters is how we got here. We had to go through Dead Letters to get to the communications department. And then we went to the pneumatics room. That's where we picked up telekinesis. And then I think we were in the principal mail room.
Oh, and then
that's where we fought the guy who was bragging about something.
Right. And then that's right.
Yeah, and then he went through that door, and we were like, well, this seems like a good
problem
place
later.
to stop.
Hotline chambers where we need to go next. That's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that in the
I forgot to look up left. So that's on me.
A common mistake.
Common mistake.
A fatal mistake. I don't remember how to play this game.
Listen, I at least don't read on my off time. There's people who don't read on their on time, meaning at work. And let me tell you, I hate
I'm so glad I wasn't walking towards that explosion by accident, which is something that has happened to us. I don't like that he moved.
You stepped
real
on him.
quick.
I mean, yeah, like double tap or 10 tap, I guess.
You gotta be really sure.
But like, he moved because you stepped on him.
No, I recognize why he moved, but seeing it out of the corner of my eye scared the bejesus out of me.
Fair.
Can I bring up a truly dead premise?
Sure. It's better than what I thought you were going to say, which was an embarrassing story. And I was like, I don't want to cringe in your direction or mine, so absolutely not. So that's better, but go ahead with your dead premise.
Well, actually, let's do one thing first. So at the end of the last session...
Oh, no. Oh, that's
you
right.
asked me to confirm just bring that story up in front of our parents.
You did. I did.
And I did, because I'm a brave little soldier.
Here's your Medal of Honor.
What I really love is that I asked Dad, like, hey, do you remember such and such? And we confirmed that you do not remember such and such. Like, we gave his name, where he lived.
Yeah, no, I don't remember the guy at all.
And so he was just like, yeah, he was always such a smart kid.
I heard him say that, and I was like, you're not about to keep thinking that. It is so funny that I really don't remember that at all. I guess I vaguely remember hanging out with somebody that lived in that house, and one of the only things I remember about her was at some point falling and hitting her head or face really badly and just being really bruised and swollen for a while. That's all I remember about that kid.
Ooh, I think we might be thinking of a different kid.
Well, no, it's the same house. No,
No,
I'm not saying that was that kid. I'm saying a girl that lived in that house.
That's what I'm saying. No young people lived in that house.
Oh.
Besides him, because his mom worked there.
So this may have been a one-time encounter. She was somebody who's related to somebody that worked there.
Perchance.
Yes, you know what? Because when you said the homeowner's name, I recognized her. And the girl I'm thinking of was related to homeowner. Again, not that now I'm finding out did not live there, but was related. So there we go.
Ooh, I nearly got
This is for
deaded.
nobody other than us.
This really is for nobody. Anyway,
So sorry.
I did the thing.
You did the thing. Good job.
Hold on. Last month, our on-site server experienced an intrusion by unauthorized users. After a thorough investigation, it was confirmed that the users only accessed a video file which contained portions of various Dr. Darling presentations. Investigators were able to track the users through their IP addresses. The following are the confirmed identities of these users: Patrick Struzans, Rubens Nogueira, Arto Kulamaki.
Nogueira? No, whatever.
Fair. That's fair. Christopher Mills Bowling, Jaco Saarinen. These individuals are in breach of Bureau Code 91 and have been placed under surveillance by our external investigation team. Further action is pending. I wonder if those people are still with us.
You got in trouble.
Honestly. Got a gun!
I did. I found out that, you know, the finger, I don't even know what this would be called.
Oh, the weird finger slap thing?
The finger slap thing where if you put your not snapping, right? This is a snap. But you put your thumb and your middle finger together and then you just wave, flick your wrist up and down basically, and it makes your finger slap, your pointer slap against the crease of the pointer and thumb.
This is really good for an audio medium.
No, I know, but I was gonna lead that into saying that, first of all, I forget that when you do finger or your wrist
when you finger blast.
You finger blast somebody. No, when you flick your wrist, when you wave your arm around or you try to shake off your wrist, that's actually a sign for people who may have carpal tunnel. That's a way that they get relief. You just kind of shake your hand out. So I did that one time in front of one of my professors, and I thought I was having carpal tunnel, which I was like, no. I just had literally made the joke that somebody was in trouble. Found out that's not a super common thing
it's a cultural
with
thing.
Americans. Yeah, I guess it's cultural.
Ooh.
Had no idea. It's one of those things you don't know it's cultural until you really expose yourself.
Ooh, that's killing me.
Ooh. And then
Hey, you gotta try, right?
I found out that your son, your little baby boy, Mr. President, does not like that.
Oh.
It makes him a little alert. He's a little
Interesting.
whoa, what is that? Why are you doing that?
Pay attention, Alberto. This is the last time I'm explaining this. Internal lockdowns are manually triggered events that lock one or all of the sectors by restricting use of the sector elevator, effectively locking staff in their sector until the emergency is handled. They can only be lifted via directorial override and maintenance once the director is satisfied that the situation is under control. External lockdowns are a bigger deal. Nothing in or out of the whole building. It's only triggered by a code red containment breach based on some complicated system that security and research slap together. It can only be lifted once A, the threat has been neutralized, and B, a high clearance individual gives the system the all clear. The process is not the same as the directorial override, so stop saying so in documentation. I know it's confusing as hell. I've told Darling 100 times to change it, but they're adamant it stays the way it is. Honestly, I don't think they even know how to change it at this point. Let's just make sure our staff understands how this mess all works, okay? Marshall. I feel like we've heard of Marshall a couple times.
Maybe. Probably.
Right. So the dead premise I wanted to bring up.
Yes.
So once upon a time, Bubbie and I were in the car with my then wife. And we had this idea.
Oh.
And I was recently reminded of this because the devil crept into my ear.
You're listening to America.
Oh, well, we gotta let this
You
play.
say it so casually.
Well, hold on.
You're like, no, wait.
Oh.
No, Bubbie. Oh.
Oh.
Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmagorical.
I understand that this is like an audio thing. I do wish I could just read it.
His story.
Right.
Quincy.
Also,
Thanks. This is something I experienced recently.
they have pauses that make me think they're done talking.
Yeah, it's like a.
Suspicion-con.
I recently.
Suspicion-con!
47.
Interesting.
The night manager, an avid listener
I recently had an experience, a negative experience with GameStop customer service, and their hold music
Oh,
has
God.
a pause in it when it loops in on itself, and it is so long that it makes you think somebody has picked up on you and waited for you to answer, and that induces panic.
That pause happens often.
Yes, it's like every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
The corpse of Foot Malone. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick. Checked
Okay.
under the bed first, of course.
So ghosts in a hotel?
No ghosts visited me. No chilly spots or flickering lights. But when I woke up, I found myself under the bed. It was dark. Really hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out before I suffocated. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room. There you have it, listeners. What we call ghosts take.
So he was like, I was so big and brave, and then I wasn't.
I mean,
The end.
to be fair, he went into confirm a ghost encounter, not
he-
to die at the hands of a ghost.
You know what? Fine and fair. And hey, he did confirm it. He was like,
Maybe your toaster
We'll
is
see.
possessed.
You know, we'll
and then
see.
woke up and went, I see. And then,
Interesting.
interesting. Very interesting. Ah, the consequences of my actions.
Right. All right.
My noble, brave warrior actions.
Yeah. So the other day, I was driving, and as often is the case, the devil crept into my ear and said the thing that the devil says to a lot of people, is, "Hey, you should start a podcast."
Oh.
And I went, "Now
Okay,
hold
yes,
the fucking
yes.
phone. Hold on a minute, because I know this devil."
I've been down this road, especially as people who listen to podcasts all the time and be like, I could do that.
Right. Like, oh, totally.
Could I?
Is this not? Oh, man, I thought this was going to be like a Dr. Darling situation.
You're a little trigger happy today. We good? You need a good day to play, or do we need a? You know?
I'm just having fun.
Okay.
We're back where we started.
Dumb bitch.
Stop. I'm sensitive. Anyway, so the devil crept into my ear, told me, "Hey, you should start a podcast," and I went, "Not today, devil."
And the angel on your shoulder, on the other shoulder, was like, "Oh, it could be a good idea."
The angel said, "I've run out of stuff to listen to, so sure."
The devil and
This can't be that
the
bad.
angel was like, "Devil and I have started a podcast of our own."
Like, damn it.
It's like, beans. Anyway.
The devil on your shoulder does sound like a great podcast name, by the way.
Actually, yeah, that's really good.
Anywho, I remembered an old premise for a podcast that we came up with my then wife.
Yeah.
Which we dubbed Consider This. And we only ever thought of one episode, but it's such a strong, bold concept for an episode of a podcast. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you want to elucidate?
So, I do remember her bringing this up and her basically being like, it would be a podcast with Bubbie and I, where it would be her bringing up just like wild scenarios and me at the time, early PA student, having to like work through the possibility, probability, likelihood of them. Like, okay, well, realistically, what would that look like? And she was like, you're allowed to do as little or as much research as you want. And I was like, okay. And then the one fucking idea she ever brought to the table, and I think you did too, was the like, it was basically like a cloaca.
Yeah, it was just like, what would
it be if a human had a cloaca?
Yes. Oh god, here we go again.
Has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power.
Wait a
Numerous
fucking minute.
personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full
Is this
recovery.
Havana syndrome?
The event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank
Don't.
God no local doctors examined them first.
Holy shit.
The odds and alternate items
This game, dude.
inside a US embassy.
Having a good time?
Talk about good luck, huh?
Sorry, I'm having a moment because
No, well, are you
Are you still
Havana?
recording this?
I know, having a good time.
Bobby, come on.
That's what I've heard. That's why you went Havana syndrome. I looked at you and went, "Come on."
No, I was sorry.
Sounds like
I was
an actual
baffled.
thing. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Havana syndrome is like a thing that like people were scared of a couple years back, which was this idea that U.S. representatives of like the U.S. embassy
Which is fucking
and just like
women.
visitors were being fucked with by the Cuban government using like noise guns to like fuck them over and was making them ill, and like that's what that was
They
referencing.
just play the brown note, just to make them. I hate that I've had to resort to South Park humor, but like here we are.
Amazing.
It just sounds like
Oh,
it's
Tomasi's ID. Hey, and he's Tomasi Alberto.
Tomasi. Oh, so the Alberto Marshall
Yeah.
fucking told you.
Tomasi, head of comms.
Um,
Has got him.
But yeah, there's a part of me that's like, I think I was like having that drive, and I was like, actually, I do want to explore the idea of humans with cloacas one more time.
Again? Okay, well, I mean...
Just hit us with it, Bubbie.
Well, okay. And I've done no research, of course. I'm not... I didn't. I failed
Why
you.
would you?
I failed you. Even though I was a biology major, and I did study zoology, did not really... Actually, hang on. I'm going to confirm, because I feel like I'm forgetting something. Cloaca is the one where it's like a bottom hole for everything. It's not like...
Yeah, it's the everything hole.
Well, no, because...
hold
No,
on.
no,
No, because
worms,
it's not... technically,
no,
turtles have cloacas.
Right, pseudobirds.
So you
That's
don't...
what I'm saying. They
right,
eat through their mouth, but then the...
Okay, see, so that changes the math for me. Because in my head...
You were thinking like a worm situation where it's just like an all-in-one...
Yeah, oops, all hole.
Oops, all...
The one hole
shared
to
hole,
rule them all.
One, yeah. So...
Because I was just like, I mean, how different would it... I feel like we would use like...
Cloaca kind of just be like, whatever. Everything just kind of falls out of you. Like, whatever.
Yeah, because in my mind it would be like, okay, like, let's pretend the cloaca is where your mouth is. Do we treat it like a private part? Does fashion change such that we always have like a mask over our cloaca? Because it would be like rude to have that out in public. Or would it not be? Would it be like, well, no, that's your cloaca, dude. That's where everything happens. So like, it's cool. Don't worry about it.
Right, because like, okay, going by pretending that you have a one.
I just want to go ahead and put up like a big.
The hotline
Just
can't be
let the just for everybody to know, this is not a this is not a fetish. I promise you. This is a Sush guarantee. This is not a fetish.
Also, like,
it's not my fetish.
If that's what you think this is, I'm mad at you for thinking that we as siblings on the same fucking couch would have that discussion. You treat this like the McElroy policy, where it gets anywhere sexual anywhere around their sexual lives, and it's like a big no. So with that, and also I guess like I don't know if this counts as like a trigger warning for anything for you if you're like ew,
cloaca warning,
ew holes,
courtesy warning,
holes,
cloacas,
ew poop talk, ew anything. I guess.
I was like, would a cloaca trigger trypophobia? I think that's the fear of holes.
I don't know.
We're covering all the bases,
so
y'all. Sorry, but also you're welcome.
If you have a one and only hole, I think.
And that is what they call it when you get married.
I don't. This is your one and only hole. Your other half. I don't know that so I do think there would be a higher likelihood for people to cover their mouths. I'll just say mouth, and we'll say the mouth is everything use. But like, okay, like your mouth right now already fulfills some of those things, right? Like, I mean, obviously you're not pissing out of your mouth, right? But like you vomit, you burp, you know, so you've got farts covered. You've got some liquid that's not supposed to come out, or that comes out covered. People perform oral sex, so it's already, to some people, like, you could make the argument it's a sexual part already, you know. I don't think that's a fair argument because that's only purpose, but, you know, so would fashion change? Maybe, but I don't think that drastically. Now, of course, I think there would be a little bit more, like, I mean, like, bathrooms would change, right? Like, you don't have to sit at all. Would you just, like, kneel down? Would you just, like, kind of duck your head down and shit or puke or whatever you do? Would it even be solid anymore? I mean,
that's a good point, because I know birds don't have solid waste. I don't think turtles do either.
Worms, well, again, for
it's
different because
solid in that it is, like, not gaseous, but it is, like, fluid for the most part.
A worm waste is also not necessarily, it's not any more solid than the worm is. So yeah, I guess solid would definitely be less hardened. I guess
realistically, bathrooms would probably be, like, a sink that is
all purpose.
Higher?
Also a one and only hole.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
If you had
it would probably just be like, hey, you know, you go into a stall and there's a sink.
I wonder if bathrooms or toilets I'm calling them toilets for lack of better words, would be more catered to like a throw up position.
Probably.
I would give anything for there to be fucking like little knee pads or something whenever I'm it's rare, knock on wood, it doesn't happen again, but when you got a big throw up, I would just love to be able to like have a
Trench
cushy...
was in here a lot. That would actually be kind of nice if you almost had like, this is going to sound weird for anybody who didn't grow up religiously, But
Oh, like a pew.
yeah, like a spew pew.
like a puke pew. I like spew pew more though.
Yeah, just like a little I really liked when they had those whenever you would go to church, because it's just like, oh man, it's nice to kneel and not be uncomfortable, because sometimes it would just be like, here's hardwood for you to
Those
kneel on.
fucking chairs, dude.
But yeah, I feel like that is what a bathroom would look like, right?
Yeah.
Just like a pew and like a sink, or maybe the sinks are all like adjustable. I don't know. We already struggle so much with accessibility. Let's go with the spew pew.
Spew pew.
And then, like, I guess that's also where you clean up, right? We would be really into bidets, I guess.
Yeah. Just open.
I don't know.
Just drink.
I guess next time it's Sushimi's house.
More spew pew talk.
More spew pew talk. And also, we listen to the hotline.
Uncle?
Later.
Hi.
You gotta know you're in for something special. You gotta feel it in your bones. Oh, you're gonna find what you need all in time. If you're looking for it, na 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 na. If you're looking for it, na 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 na.